waiting for you to come with another one.
Still filming? Alright, look at, can you see me? Yeah? From there? So, I've been flying through the floor today. Got half the floor done, this side. But my cameraman's only just turned up. So, started off with 6 5-meter lengths. Obviously they went down there. If you come and have a look. So, the first 5-meter length. Come closer, otherwise you won't hear me. So these 5-meter lengths on the back and the front of the cabin, they sit on the far one. Then the middle one sits on the middle one. And then the floor joists obviously run across. They've got something else to rest on the beams there. So I did all my cuts for the half, just so I could, I just cut everything because I knew my battery weren't going to last for the whole shebang. So I did half, put my battery to charge, and then Cameron sort of nailed it all together while my battery was charging. So I'm making some good progress with the floor. So originally, I guess I should start from the beginning. Originally, when I sort of sketched up the cabin, designed the cabin, I mean, I'm not an architect or nothing. I didn't try anything fancy. I just basically built a rectangle with a pitched roof. I got like, obviously the two ends and the middle is my strongest point, so that's what I focused on. I've got like a big wall that runs down the middle, a load-bearing wall, I guess you'd call that. But anyway, when I originally designed it, I used a program that my brother put me onto a few years ago called SketchUp. And it's free to use, and you can choose whatever sort of dimensions that you want. So originally I chose feet and inches, but then after I finished sort of doing it, it took me like 4 or 5 evenings to get my head back into the swing of using the program. I thought I'd just go and sort of start pricing it up. So there's a couple of like hardware stores here in Romania, I guess like the UK equivalent of B&Q. So I knew the prices were going to be high, but I wanted that sort of maximum layout at maximum cost. And yeah, I couldn't. Feet and inches don't exist in Romania. It's all millimeters and centimeters. So like I know in the UK, a piece of OSB is 4 foot by 8 foot, but in Romania it's 2.5 meters by 1250. So my whole sort of cabin didn't work when it comes to like obviously the main structure. None of the sheet materials would have lined up properly. So I went back and I did the whole cabin again in millimeters. So I originally designed the cabin 10 meters by 8 meters 750, 8,750 millimeters. So the OSB there'd be no waste, there'd be no cutting. But then when we got here, we decided actually it's probably a cheaper alternative to OSB. We did look at it, but it was like a plank sort of material. It would have saved us 400 lei per floor, because obviously I'm going to do the same thing on the upper level in the loft. So 400 lei is probably like 80 quid, but it would have meant I'd be trying to lay down. It was 15 centimeters wide by 2.5 centimeters thick, and in the end we just said no, let's just do the OSB, because it's probably not going to be perfectly square. It's going to need a lot more support underneath if it's just 15 centimeters wide. I mean, it's alright if you're treading on a lot of them at the same time, but if you was to walk on one, it'd probably break or be bendy. So plus like the nails, the time it would take nailing it all down. Anyway, so we just decided to go OSB. But I've skipped forward. When we was looking at this cheaper alternative, I said, well, sod it, why don't we just make the cabin 9 meters? So yeah, we did that. We made it 10 meters by 9 meters, and then we decided to go back to OSB. So now obviously I've got that 25 centimeters at 250 mil where my OSB is not going to fit. And I had a funny 5 minutes. I mean, my OSB would have gone 4 sheets along the 10 meters because it's 2.5 meters long. But for some reason, that was how I had planned to do it all along, but for some reason at the last minute I decided to do it on the 9 meter length. I don't know why I did that, because it's just created a lot more sort of work for myself. So yeah, I'm annoyed at myself, but now I'm sort of halfway. I can't turn back, so I'm going to continue. But it does mean there's a lot more cutting involved, obviously, because the OSB goes up 7.5 meters, and then I've got 1.5 meters left to cover. So that's going to leave me a 1 meter boards, and then I've come back and I've done myself a 1 meter, and so every time I'm using the off cut on the beginning again. But I don't know why I did that. I wasn't even drunk. I just thought that would be the best way to do it now, because obviously my OSB lines up nicely with my straights. But yeah, I guess we live and learn. So yeah, I just wanted to sort of document that, really. I don't know why I changed my mind, but there you go. I did. So I'm done with the floor. All the floor joists and bracing is all done. You can see in some places there's more. That's purely because, as I said before, I'm just going to try and balance across this now. I'll probably fall over. Yeah, I made it. I didn't make it. I made it, but the phone didn't. Anyway, so yeah, floor's all ready for OSB. You can see that I know it's troubling me before. I was going to do the OSB originally. I was going to do it this way, and then for some reason decided to do it this way, and now I've reverted back.
Hello.
In doing it the original way. Yeah, I lost a night's sleep over that. So rather than taking these out, rather than taking all the joists, the braces out that I had put in for this orientation, I just left them and just added more for this orientation. It's going to be much stronger going this way. If you look this way, one sheet of OSB only comes up to this beam from here to here. So you're ever going to be one sheet of OSB, you're only ever going to be on this and this joist. It's quite creaky when you're walking on it. When I walk on it now, it's creaking, whereas now I've gone this way. It's 2.5 meters, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's where your sheet of OSB is going to be. So you're always walking on 4 joists rather than just 2. Obviously I will stagger the joins when the time comes, but it's been a bit wet today and I really don't want to get my OSB wet. So we've had to bring up the other pallet of wood. We had 1 pallet left down there, so we've done that so we can use the plastic, this this bit of black plastic we've got here was down the bottom covering the last pallet. So we've brought this up, brought the last pallet up. And covered it with this one to give us this big one here. Grandad brought us this one. I think it's like a curtain side of a truck, a trailer. It's quite thick, and we've got another one of those, so hopefully that'll be enough to keep the floor covered, the OSB covered, while I make the walls. I've got 8 walls to build, two 5 meters on the front, 2 5 meters on the back, and obviously 2 4.5s on the sides. So I don't know how long that's going to take. I reckon I can get 2 walls done per day. The thing is, the only walls that are the same from the design are the 2 front walls, because while in between designing the cabin and actually building it, the whole interior has changed. We was going to have 2 bedrooms downstairs and a bathroom and a living room and kitchen downstairs, but now we've decided to go living room. Living room is going to be half the cabin, so from this center beam here to obviously the end of the house, this is all going to be living room. So we've got a 4.5 meters by 10 meter living room, and then we've got, I've got 1 meter and a bit, I can't remember how much now, here it is 3, so I've got a 3 meter here by 2.5 meter bathroom, and then I've left this area here for stairs to get to the loft. And then where is it? Here. So my bathroom is going to end here, and then it's kitchen, 5 meter kitchen, and then a 3 meter bedroom, which is just going to be me and the missus in this bedroom, 3 meters by 4.5 meters. I mean, we're only ever going to be sleeping in there. and the kids are going to have their own bedrooms in the loft. So we've got a nice sort of open plan kitchen into the living room. But yeah, obviously I haven't got any of those walls sketched up or designed. Again, the original design was shorter. Now we've gone for the 9 metre. These two side walls don't match up. I originally designed it with the front door on this side and the bathroom, but now because of the location of the cabin, we've switched that to the entrance over this side and the bathroom. I want to keep my bathroom and my kitchen quite close together for the plumbing. Yeah, so if I get a couple of walls done every day, I'll be happy with that. And then obviously onto the second floor, which is going to be just the same as this, without the beams obviously. So yeah, that's going to be another few days. It took me quite a while just to do these braces, and they were coming up at different lengths. I don't know if that's my error. I mean, they weren't massively different, only by like 5mm on some of them. Some of them are 5mm bigger than others. Some of it's down to the inconsistency with the wood. I mean, some of them were thicker than 5 centimeters, some of them were thinner. I mean, if I was a good carpenter or an experienced house builder, which I'm not by any means, I probably would have checked for that sort of thing before I used the material, and used it like for these braces. It doesn't matter how thick they are, so I could have used the thinner ones for that or the thicker ones. It didn't matter. I should have checked my materials really for the important stuff, but I guess that's just down to experience. If I ever did it again, I would know to look for that sort of stuff. So yeah, there we go. Pull it tight. Pull it.
Hi, Ocean. Don't pull too much down, Ollie.
Okay. Move along.
Don't even flower. Baba. Right at the end.
Yeah.
Bring. Done.
Right, squeezy.
Baba, I'm off the floor. Yeah. Bud, stick it out, bud.
Really?
Oh.
Look how it's moving, like. Don't like that. Right, squeezy. Move out the way, Bray.
It's dry.
Spaceship coming.
What?
Move.
Yeah. can see you.
Pushing?
I moved it a tiny bit.
Did you?
Yeah.
On your fingers. Okay.
I'll push back.
What are you doing?
So because we staggered the joins, so we got a full sheet and then we cut one in half, so the joins are not all in the same place. It's difficult to know where your joists are now, so I've got this bit of wood that's the same width as our joists, so we've just been marking it on the floor. So then I put one in here, in this end, and then one in here, this end, and then I just use a straight edge like this to do a couple more. So I can be sure I'm going to hit something underneath. So we're doing 4, 8. I'm doing 16 nails per sheet. It should be enough to strengthen it all, because your floor is it acts as part of your diagonal bracing. So I don't want to scrimp up nails for the floor. I'm going to just do 16 per sheet.
I think it looks good. Yeah. You happy with?
I'm happy with it, yeah. There's a few little, I think because of those variations, those variances in the wood, I have got a couple of high spots. I mean, this one's good. Onto this one is good as well, but there's one down there where there's a little lip, but it's something we'll have to live with. I mean, we're going to be putting another floor on top of this at some point anyway, so it won't really affect us too much.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is a 2.5 meters. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the one where you are,
Yeah,
it's 125.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you cut one in half, and you put half on this end, and then 3 full sheets, and then the half
Yeah.
on the other end.
Can be seen here.
Yeah.
Huh? Hmm.
Yeah. A fly went in your hot chocolate?
Yeah, when I was swimming, now I can't drink it anymore.
Should I make another one later?
You did take him out?
Yeah.
Don't pull that, please.
I bet Nova will love it.
That's our insulation for the floor.
Well, the stick. Keep it.
Yeah, so we did like did you get any footage of this foil? Yeah? Yeah, so we did the foil underneath. That's...
Daddy, can you still drink chocolate?
Yes.
Of course you can still drink it.
That's why you die.
No, you won't die. Yeah, that's sort of... We wanted to put a barrier between the wood and the outside. So yeah, it's also reflective, isn't it? So it will insulate the floor a little bit.
Yeah, I think we can still see it at the end. Yep.
of a milestone, isn't it? Having the floor finished.
And
I've still got all my fingers. There's a long way to go yet though. Plenty of time to lose a finger.
is that the last one?
So just these little bits here now that you can see. That was because we made the cabin 9 meters. Rather, this is where the cabin was originally going to end, yeah.
Yeah.
When in that gap when we weren't going to use OSB, so we said sod it, let's make the cabin 9 meters. So yeah, I mean it's only
Yeah.
it was only an extra sheet, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Halfway.
But that's the floor done. Is it, Oshi?
Halfway?
Yeah.
Halfway for what?
Halfway for the cabin.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well, it's true, Daddy. Once we have a floor,
Half.
I think halfway will be walls up, because we still got to do the roof,
After the walls,
second
it's the
floor.
roof.
Still got to make your bedroom.
The TV.
The TV?
Yeah.
What's that, the TV?
Mama.
and we have a floor. Yeah.
Can
And we have a floor.
Glorious.
Okay. Again. You stuck it in there with something, did you?
Spit.
Oh.